Now, as you can see out here in the garden, we've had our issues with too much rain this year, as a lot of people have. But the thing is like after the god-awful drought we had last year, I've made up my mind. I'm never complaining about too much rain. This bed we took our green onions out of. Okay, we got a good early crop of green onions, but when that played out, when they got big enough to, because you don't want to let them get too big because they get too hot. So we pulled those up. Those went in the freezer, and we've replanted this in crooked neck squash, and there are a few bush beans and also beets. How the beets are going to do, who knows? We've never tried to do beets before, but that's what it's all about. It's kind of the experimentation. Now if you look back here on the back bed, this was all broccoli, okay? And this is, I can't emphasize enough. I mean, I used to think, the little house on the prairie kind of deal, where you put stuff in the spring and it grows and you don't fool with it till October. That's not how this works. You got to be out here all the time, taking stuff out, putting stuff in. The broccoli around here, you can start it in March. Okay, it will not go under from a frost. A hard freeze will kill it, but frost it doesn't mind. And you can get your broccoli to the point where it's harvestable in June. And you want to go ahead and harvest it because you're going to get one good cut. After that, the worms get out here, and man, I mean to tell you, if you're not going to fight them with chemicals, you ain't going to fight them. Okay, so
And then we'll replant more October.
And in October,
yep.
Yeah, we can replant broccoli because, again, it's a cold weather crop. What we put in here instead are these beans, okay? Beans are great. Beans, these kind of beans, make a lot of chow really fast. They mature early, and they will continue to produce beans up until the first frost. So you're going to have plenty of beans. You can't have too many beans as far as I'm concerned, because anything that we don't eat goes to the worms or the chickens. Our squash, again, we've discovered we got one really good harvest out of our squash.
No wonder it doesn't survive. Sorry.
Well, then the mildew got it, I mean, and it's been a bad year for mildew. But we went ahead and the squash, the melons, the mildew has attacked all of them. We did the milk thing for a while and fought with it, but the fact is, okay, we got a lot of squash. We got what we wanted to get, and we put some in the freezer, both for ourselves and for the worms. Our tomatoes, we got a gazillion tomatoes, but they've matured late, just because of the weather. Okay, we haven't got a lot of red tomatoes. We've got a ton of green tomatoes. When these will starting to redden up shortly, but there's a lot you can do with green tomatoes too. Josephine does a nice relish, and she also does the fried green tomato thing. And
I love stir fry with green tomatoes.
Our peppers have done absolutely magnificent,
yep.
Except for one little pepper that was attacked by a giant caterpillar. Okay?
I'm going to find him.
We will find that sucker, and we will hunt him down, and we will kill it. But besides that, I've got huge jalapenos, I've got huge habaneros, which is, don't plant more than 3 or 4 habanero plants, because how many habaneros can you really eat? I mean, those things will light you up. The cayennes, the same way. They're very pretty, but, they're little tents to try and eat them. And the pièce de la résistance here, Josephine's popcorn. Tell them about your popcorn, Joe.
Burpee came up this year with a genetically modified container corn. It's a bantam short. Supposedly you're only going to get 2 ears off of it, but I thought I'd give it a try with worm composting, and yeah, for a few bucks, why not? If I were in the city and I had a chance to do it, I would.
Well, and that's kind of an important thing to remember here, okay, is that you can make an awful lot of chow on a 1/4 acre. You can support yourself on a 1/4 acre if you want to, depending on how hard you want to hit it. Again, if a plant is not doing particularly well for you, you may wish to take it out.
Jesus Christ!
This is the frog pond, okay, which is Joseph,
asshole.
Which is
now shit's flying at me. That's it. Game over.
This is Josephine's favorite place in the whole world. I've got about 1,000,000 tadpoles in this thing, okay, which we don't have to worry about mosquito larvae because nothing survives in here. But, you know, later on in the year, and even now, you know, at night, you can really hear it, but later on in the year, there's going to be a frog on every leaf out here. Okay,
Yep.
they're a great garden predator. They eat a lot of bugs, okay, and we haven't had a mosquito problem. We just haven't had one.
Why did
So
he
we're pretty
squeak?
satisfied with that.
I didn't know they squeaked.
Well, he saw you.
Okay, that's
You know, you're
freaked the shit out of me. My heart's pounding.
You'll be all right, Joe.
I could have fallen in the water.
And the tadpoles would have eaten you. You'd never be heard from again.